Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live or post videos, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord along with our free options trading group on Facebook. Keith, what's going on? We are live pre-market, first day of 2020. Ready to get it, ready to go after it. Live on YouTube, also live on Instagram right now. Kind of doing a two for one. Hey Kelly, how you doing? If you're here right now, say what up. Just getting my octane in. Yo Jeff, how you doing, man? Hope you guys are doing well. Right now we got the futures are up. Dow's up almost 170. Was up 170 a couple minutes ago. S&P's up 20. Nasdaq up 73. So pretty. Lion, what's going on? Dustin, Happy New Year. Glad to see you all in here. Just trying to get trying to get situated in here. David, yeah, AMD. We're gonna be looking at AMD as well. AMD is popping off right now. Yeah, AMD sitting at 46. We're hitting what was it, like a 20-year high on this on AMD, Aaron. So yeah, we got to get above 48.50 for it to break its 20-year high, which would be interesting. It's kind of interesting that AMD's been around this long and it took them 20 years to get back to where they were. They had, as you can look at scrolling through the years here, they've had a lot of highs and lows. I mean, they were basically a penny stock for the longest time, and now they're back. Now they're back. So I would, I'd be looking at AMD to break that 48.50 high there. Yo, Kelly, how you doing? Roku, Apple's going 300 by Monday. Apple might be 300 by today. I mean, so I was actually short. I'm still short Apple, which I'm gonna have to close it out. I should have closed it out. So that's the one thing that I was talking about, like live streaming. When I'm live streaming, I don't necessarily look at my plays that much. And when it dipped down here on Tuesday, it dipped down to 289. I didn't close it out because I was live streaming, and it ripped back up and down money. So I'm only down like $20 on it. I'll close it out, but Ariana, how you doing? I gotta figure out if I'm going to live stream during market hours. I have to figure out how to pay attention to my plays and still make good decisions. So I'm trying to figure that out, guys. If you're here right now, say what up. If you can, drop me a like on the video. Helps me out a lot. I think it's going to be a bull day. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see once we open up, once we get some real volume in here, see what's going on. Volume is still pretty low. Yeah, I mean, but the way they closed 2018 on the S&Ps there or the Dow, I mean, it was intense. Sneezed and coughed all night on my chest. So, update on my health. I took all my antibiotics and I'm still freaking sick. I don't know, guys. Treat yourself first. I don't mind chilling while you adjust your plays. Allows us to check ours. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Yo, Billy, how you doing? I think that's what we're gonna have to do if I'm live streaming while I have active plays, and that's why I was like going live before market, and that's why I was going live after market, so I can concentrate on my trades, make good decisions. But didn't make a good decision when I was live streaming during market hours. So I'm gonna probably have to go back to the doctor here if I can't figure this out. Good morning. Yeah, UVXY is down pre-market. This is well. I mean, that dropped like a rock, but I mean, that goes, I mean, if you're looking at the S&Ps, the way it ripped and the way that UVXY is going right now, it makes a lot of sense. So, Dustin, I execute all my trades on Tastyworks. I just do all my charting on Thinkorswim because Tastyworks charting is really bad. Get that pure penicillin. Get that penicillin shot right in the butt. Okay, so let's see what we're going to be looking at here. Tesla got upgraded to 515. Tesla is getting ripped up in here. So right now it's at 426. However, let's say it opens at like 426. It really needs to get above 429, 430 area to continue this. Otherwise, I feel like this could still pop down to like the 400 area. So you gotta be careful on Tesla right now. It needs to pop up above 430, 431 to push up. I mean, it really could, but that's the areas I'm looking at because right now we are descending. We are making lower highs right now on the daily, so we'll see what happens with that. Shorts better not short Tesla right now. Yeah, right now it's up, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, there was some profit taking here at the end of the year. Last 2 days, I guess I could say. But we'll see what happens. And other news, says Warren Buffett passed on buying Tiffany as Berkshire sits on a mountain of cash. Amazon's one that I'm looking at. I don't know if you guys saw my video. It did make my five stocks I'm looking to purchase in 2020. And that's purchase stocks. Now, above 1850, I really like it. Right now, we're at 1869. When we're below 1850, we kind of get into this range where we just bounce around and, held for a very long time. I really like the consolidation here, and I think that it's going to start making its moves up after a full year of consolidation. And I think people don't understand why Amazon consolidated for that long, but it seriously ran for the last few years. I mean, it ran from 747 up to 2000. So showing consolidation around 1900 is not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing at all. The SPY chart looks delicious. So I'm bullish on Amazon as long as it stays above the range as it's set for itself. So, it broke above 1850. That's good. Now it's above. It broke above 1800. Then it broke above 1850. And if we can hold above 1850, I think that's in a really good place for Amazon. It's pretty much right now we're in a place where we're going to be buying the dips. Trump said that he's going to be signing the phase 1 trade deal on January 15th. So in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, we have that to look forward to. Let's see what else we got going on here. Do you play any cash covered puts or calls? Generally, I do not. Going to the moon. Yeah, SPY right now, we're at 324 pre-market, all-time high. So could be pretty interesting. MJ is moving. All the wheat stocks are moving as well. Let's see where CGC is at. It's one of the wheat stocks that I trade. CGC 2177. I don't know how much of an impact it does, but like in Illinois, we just got marijuana legalized, and people have been lining up the doors. And I don't know if that has anything to do with this because other states have been legalized, and the stocks continue to sell off. So I don't know what impact. So I know that January 1st in Illinois, we were able to legally buy weed and carry it up to a certain amount, of course, but I don't know in terms of the stock price, I mean, other states have had it legalized, and all of 2019 weed stocks have sold off really hard. And I wish I wasn't struggling right now. You think Trump signing the trade deal has been priced into the market yet, or is this a ramp up until the 15th? I mean, I thought it was priced in for a while, but we, we can continue to go higher. You know, I thought it was priced in, but we continue to go higher, and I think there's really no catalyst for it to go down. You know, what if we're thinking about catalyst, what catalyst is it that's going to take the market down? I mean, job data coming back okay, unemployment came back good. The report this morning, earnings were good, holiday sales were good. In my opinion, bears are running out of excuses or catalysts, I guess is a better way to say it. People now are starting to align their portfolios for 2020, and they're going in, if they were sitting on cash. I think a lot of people were scared to buy at the end of the year, especially because a lot of people, I think, mentally had some fear in mind from last winter in 2018 when stocks sold off really hard. We went from a green year down to red year. You know, we sold off like 20% in 1 month. We closed the year down like 5%, and I think they were scared. And now we're coming into a place where stocks didn't sell off, and people are sitting on some cash. I know there's a lot of people that are probably sitting on. Oh, Julian Castro drops out of 2020 Democratic primary race. Just came out. So, you know, right now, like for me, that's why I did the video on long-term stocks. I'm looking at a position for me myself. I'm looking for value plays. Boeing is one of them. Now when I say value plays, I'm not going in just blindly and just buying all the stocks on January 2nd, January 3rd. You know, for Boeing, I like where it's at on the 1 year here. Julian. You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong to bring up Julian. Anyways, Boeing, I like at the 1 year here, resting down at 52-week lows. I mean, the 52-week low technically is 309, but to be fair, I mean, it's shown some good support around 320 area. It's bounced quite a few times here. So the one thing that I'm looking at is a potential bounce to 340 short term on Boeing right now, is what I'm looking at. Let's see here. If you're here right now, say what up. Don't be a stranger. Apple's another one that people just can't seem to figure out because it just keeps going straight up. You know, and I learned my lesson because I shorted it last week, down currently only like $20. It was pretty safe. I went in with a credit spread, a credit call spread. But you know, since even, let's say, July or August, I mean, it's just been a buy the dip stock all the way. We haven't had any downturn here. It'd be crazy to go 20 years with no recession. Look at Apple, Microsoft 10 years ago. Yeah, well, so there's a debate right now on the recession. Some people are saying right now, people were saying, hey, we were in a 10-year bull market, but people are now saying there's an argument to be made that we're only in the first year of a bull run because we had a red year in 2018. We're technically in the first year of a bull, but you know, potatoes, potato, we still go up, right? LK. So LK, If you don't know what it is, it's a Chinese coffee chain. They all the Chinese stocks really are looking favorable after possibly the phase one deal was announced. Man, sorry guys, something's wrong. Something's wrong. But let's get into LK. I do like LK. I did put it on my watch list. I just don't trade stocks that I haven't observed for a while because I said this many times. Stocks have their own personality. Stocks move in a certain way. LK moves in a certain way. And now we've had a very considerable breakout from 18 all the way up to 40. It's doubled in basically a month and a half. You know, IV's off the chain right now. IV is pretty high. So, you know, what do you do with that? Obviously, every time you bought the dip, it looks like the current trend for the daily ramps up in the morning, sells off in the afternoon, ramps up, sells off, ramps up, sells off. Question is it going to ramp up and sell off? The one thing that I get worried about stocks like this, though, is you become mechanical and observing what happens here and buying the dips. And you know what happens is eventually you get caught where you get one of those days where you just have a bad day. It comes back down to like 32. You know, it goes from like 39 down to 32, and you're sitting there like, man, why did I do that? So for me, I would prefer it to come back down to 34 on the daily, and it'd be a safer buy. You know, like I said, one of the things that I'm looking at in terms of my trading for 2020 are high probability trades that I know that I can win. In a chart like this, in my opinion, I mean, some people are good at, like, we have to find our own strengths. My strength on a chart like this is better to play when it comes back a little bit, retraces down to 36, 34. It's easier for me to trade. I have a higher success rate than following the trend like this. Yeah, it is short squeezing right now. What's the short float? Let's see here. Let's ask our friend Stockbot. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, we have some tools in there that help out. Data unavailable. So that's not very helpful. We have to find out what the short float is on. Okay, yo Rob, what's going on? How you doing? How was everyone's? Everyone stay safe. 1st of January, New Year's, January 1st. You ready? My body's ready. Actually, my body's far from ready. I'm freaking sick. Ready to spank 2020? I know it's hard to borrow. Yeah, on Ariana, any stock, mostly any Chinese stock, and mostly if you're looking at Tastyworks, their availability for short, they're hard to borrow through Tastyworks, but the shares are more free on TD Ameritrade and E-Trade and stuff like that. Tastyworks is a very small brokerage, and they don't expose themselves to a lot of risk. Like they're hard to borrow on Teva. They're hard to borrow on NIO. Actually, Teva's not hard to borrow anymore. Teva for the longest time, I just looked it up. Teva was hard to borrow on Tastyworks for the longest time. Like, I don't know, like a year. Now NIO is hard to borrow. LK, hard to borrow. That's through Tastyworks, but if you go through a different brokerage, like Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, you shouldn't have a problem finding shares are short. They have much deeper pockets than Tastyworks. And Tastyworks isn't really that type of platform. They're not really a stock trading platform. They're not geared. They don't really care, to be honest with you. Stock trading is a very small fraction of their business, so they don't really care. So, yeah, it's hard. Let's see. is Teva. Float Teva. Let's see what theirs is. So Teva. Yeah, I think Stockbuck is down for the count right now. His float's unavailable for Teva as well. But the Teva 1 year chart, very interesting to me. Right now we need to really hold above 10. It looks like it wants to push above 10 right now at 988, but it's having a hard time on Teva. I do have shares long that I bought down at 730. So I'm actually, who brought that up? Who brought up cover calls? Who was it? Who was it? Anyways, Teva is one that I am looking to sell some covered calls on. I do own a decent amount of shares that I'd be stupid just not to take that premium in there, because premium is pretty high. The stock does move. It does move fairly well, but it also sells off fairly well. So you on the monthlies, you'll be able to make some, decent side income, I think, on Teva, selling some cover calls if you don't mind being long. Well, right now I'm currently up about 25-30% on the position, so selling some calls in here. I don't really care if I get assigned, because we're already up a decent amount on Teva. Let's see what else is going on here this morning. Let's see here, 1 second. All right, let's pull over. Pull over our friend Adam. Let's see here. The People's Bank of China said it will cut its reserve requirement ratio by 50 basis points on January 6th and signaled it will continue to implement favorable policy in 2020. Okay, central bank stepping in again. Yeah, on everyone's radar. So, when you're looking at particular plays, just be aware that there's highly publicized plays like Tesla, AMD, stocks like this, stocks that come up on the scanners, they get highly publicized, and they're obviously in a lot of syndications here. China's manufacturing PMI was 551.5. It was a little short. President Trump will sign the trade deal on January 15th. BVXV up 10%. Let's see here. Pretty slow week. We're going to be getting into some earnings next week, I believe. These last couple weeks have been really slow in terms of earnings and what's been going on. We're in some, still in the holiday period, but really nothing here that's really that interesting to me. There were some upgrades. I know Tesla was upgraded. It's not in this list, to 515. I'm not really interested in all of these. I know PCG had a favorable outcome. I don't know if anyone here trades PCG. So this could be pushing up. PCG could be pushing up today. Right now it's at 11 even. This could be pushing up again today. PCG could be an interesting play. Let's see here. Expected move $1.50. This could move. I mean, for next week, $1.50, $2 by the 15th. I would be more inclined to buy, if I was going to trade PCG, I'd be more inclined to buy the January 17th, go the monthlies. That's what I would do. So I would look for a dip. Maybe it could retrace down to like 10. But I have a feeling it's going to rip right open. So just be aware of that. If you're short PCG, a lot of people are short PCG, but it got saved here at 10. It's been bouncing at 10 the last couple weeks. So I would be, it sold off from 10 to 11, then it bounced at 10. So I would be, and now with the news, I would be. I don't really trade PCG, but I know a lot of people do. So I would just be mindful of that. Disney. Disney looks like it popped up to 145, 146 area. We really need Disney to start getting above 149 and 150. But I feel like it's not going to get there before earnings. Earnings are February 4th, so we have a month of sideways action. IV's a little low. Doesn't really make sense to sell premium in there, but I guess you could if you want. And that's why it doesn't really make sense to sell premium in SPY either. If you're gonna sell premium, probably SPX, but the moves, I feel like the premium is too cheap. If we go to SPX, I really like the amount of expirations that SPX has. I've sold in the past a lot of premium in SPX, but it's really when IV is really low like down in here, it's really easy to lose. Unless you're doing like day of, but it's very risky. It's very risky doing day of. Right now, I would hope for a down day on SPX, like you see here on a down day, like we had on Tuesday. Have a down day, get some, and now it's coming down. So that's kind of how you would want to play that. When an IV spikes up, put on a premium trade, be a little wider, and then when it sits, you'll be able to collect that premium. But don't try to collect 100% of the premium. You're easily going to get screwed on that. Oh, FedEx popped up to 156 pre-market. Right now, 153. FedEx popped up to 156, 157 pre-market. It's at 153 right now. That's pretty interesting. That would be definitely interesting for this gap close right here. I'm going to be watching that. So let's get to it. We're about a minute to market open. If you guys like hanging out with us, come hang out with us in the Discord. Hit the like button. Definitely appreciate it. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.